Dang, dude, it is a freaking mess in there.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna continue working on the Dodge Ram 3500 that we bought for our pops. And what we want to do today is actually completely tear apart that front end once again and hopefully put it back together permanently. But before we do that, there has been something we've been meaning to do, and that's actually build a privacy fence right along those little tree lines right there, because we do have a pretty busy street up front and it can be a distraction at times, and we just want to stay focused and put out videos for you guys. So first things first, we're gonna run to the local hardware store, grab some supplies, and hopefully show you guys our fence building skills. All right, so we are here at the Home Depot, and honestly, we've never built a fence before, but it's a pretty simple concept. So let's just go inside, gather some materials, and see what we come up with.
Guys, you know what? We're in the 21st century. Man, look how easy they made it for us. They're all already pre-built fence slabs, I guess you'd call it.
I don't know what the exact name is, but they're pretty cheap, 43 bucks. All we need is about...
Oh, they're panels, 8-foot panels. So all we have to do is basically put the post in the ground and just, I don't know, screw these suckers in, dude.
Yeah, dude, this is gonna be simple. So I guess you won't really see our skills. You'll see our put a post in the ground and cement it skills.
I don't know how to do that. Maybe we have to figure it out. See if they have an auger here. You know?
Auger, or we could just do the old-fashioned way.
Old-fashioned
Is that some post right there?
No, them are old, like, cattle posts or something like that.
We need like the squared off ones right here.
Ones, yeah.
But yeah, let's come up with some stuff and we'll be out of here in no time.
Let's do it. All right, so we were gonna get some concrete, but then again, we still live in the 21st century, and they came up with some genius idea right here. This is closed cell foam. You just mix this stuff up, pour it in the hole, and it'll set in like 3 minutes. And then within like a couple hours, I think you can go ahead and start putting the fence together.
Yeah, so if we were doing the quickcrete or the concrete, it would have took a whole entire day for that stuff to dry. But this is gonna take 3 minutes and we could immediately build
3 minutes to set and like 3 hours to completely put together.
Then we'll have this sucker built today, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's so awesome about the day and age that we live in.
What is it? Oh, dang, dude, this brings back memories right here. I used to be the buffer guy. You used to run this machine right here?
Yeah, this machine, but a lot bigger.
Dude, that machine is scary. I don't even know how you run it. The buffer is sketchy too, you know what I mean? You gotta balance it, but I guess let's try to possibly find an auger.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see if they rent one, you know, instead of digging holes by hand, we can probably just go zzz.
All right, so I think we found something that we might put to use to make it a lot easier. This is, what is this called, an auger?
Yeah, yep. An auger.
A 2-man auger or a 1-man auger, dude?
Oh no, I think 2-man, because a 1-man, have you seen them when they sling, they'll catch and they'll just sling you
like
around?
A dang carousel.
I'm kind of afraid to use one of these suckers. Or you can go the old-fashioned way, and that's that one post bit. You see that?
Yeah, that takes forever, and that dirt over there is kind of stiff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if this thing just catches and just completely rips us?
Yeah, let's check the price on it, and then maybe we could
rent this sucker.
You know, try that out for the very first time. You know what?
Do it. All right, boys, so we got everything we need. We even went ahead and rented an auger. This thing should make the process a lot faster. Hopefully we know how to use this and not get slung off of it. But anyways, let's head back to the house and start digging some holes. All right, so we are back and we got about 4 hours on that auger thing. So let's go ahead and do some measurements and drill some holes. All right, so we managed to wrangle this device right here and we got a 1-foot hole. We were thinking about going all the way up on this drill, which would make it 2 feet, but I think that should be more than enough. And this right here is just a 4-stroke Honda G35, man. It's not that powerful, but I mean, it's slinging us around a little bit. But we got about 5 more holes or 4 more holes, but let's just keep on moving.
mix it like a little bit of Bondo right there, mix it around. And supposedly it's supposed to foam up and it's supposed to be real strong.
Should set about 3 minutes right there, but we'll see how it works. I'm kind of scared doing this, honestly.
I'm not, I'm excited, man. I want to see how this is gonna go down because, like, you know what? This is foam technology. Dang, son, dude, look how fast that foam is moving.
We might have poured a little too much in there.
I think you could trim it up or something.
Yeah,
but
definitely, dude.
that is crazy. Let me give it a touch. I don't know.
Don't touch it.
Dude, yeah, we might have poured a little bit. It's hot, dude.
Yeah, it's getting hot. I think this is, like I said, equivalent to 250 bags of concrete. So
Dude, this right here is a chemical reaction. I wonder how sturdy it's gonna be. So I guess
should be pretty sturdy. It's basically the same concept as, they actually do telephone poles this way.
Wow.
Yeah, they recently just started doing it for like people like, you know,
commercial stuff,
weekend warriors and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Dude, that is awesome. But I wonder how high it's gonna rise. But what do you say? You're gonna hold it for 3 minutes, right? Because that's how much it takes.
Yeah, 3 minutes. I mean, it's already, you know, sitting there on its own. I'm just, you know, doing minor adjustments just so it's perfect, and I think we should be good. All right, guys, so the fence is finally done. It took a lot longer than we thought, but it did get super dark on us, so we're gonna have to check it out in the morning.
All right, so it is the next day here, and check out that fence. It's nice and straight, nice and level, turned out absolutely amazing. But as of right now, let's get back to work on the Dodge. So what we're gonna do right now is actually tear apart this front end once again, leaving the hood and the fenders. That way we can get our final measurements before we weld this to the frame. All right, so the front end is completely torn apart, and while we have access to some of these damaged components, we're gonna go ahead and replace them because they finally arrived. We got the fan clutch pulley bracket right here that was damaged over there, and also we got a new pulley, and I think we got a fan clutch and our serpentine belt. So let's just go ahead and quickly swap this stuff out. So now that that's out of the way, we were supposed to move on to the next thing. That's actually welding in our aprons for good, but we just got off the phone with the dealership and we accidentally ordered the wrong bushings, which is all right, they'll be in later. We're gonna move on to the next most important thing, and that is our cooling system. We do got all of our coolers, so we're just gonna go ahead and see how all the brackets are gonna mount up and also see how all the lines are gonna route. So let's just bring them in and test fit those suckers. So the potato gun is out of the way, and come check this out, guys. Look at the size difference between the 2020 power steering cooler and the older one right here. I'm wondering if we're gonna have any sort of overheating issues on the power steering. I don't know if that's even gonna be a thing, but definitely let us know what you guys think about that. We are gonna figure out how to route these lines, but we first wanna throw in the rest of the cooling system and see how we're gonna work around it. So let's go ahead and bring in some more coolers. All right, so we just mounted our entire cooling system, and we noticed this is probably gonna be the most difficult part of this entire conversion. Let's just go ahead and start with our intercooler down below. As you can tell, it's sitting on a foam block, and that is because we are gonna have to weld the brackets to the frame itself, but we are gonna wait for the intercooler piping. That way we weld it in precisely. As for the power steering cooler, gonna be the easiest one for sure. All we gotta do is run some rubber hose through this radiator support into the pump itself.
The condenser, moving right along, the condenser right here should be simple because we did get the newer hoses or the lines, the aluminum lines that run along the apron to where they need to go. The most difficult part is definitely going to be this transmission cooler because it's kind of weirdly shaped and it's wanting to run the lines this way to the passenger side. When
I think because the newer trucks have a newer transmission, right?
Exactly. They do got a 10-speed transmission beast. I wish we would have had this, but this is a pretty beast.
This is a beast as well over here.
I think it's an Allison or something like that. No, that's GMC. I'm thinking GMC.
Asen? I don't know, something new and different. But anyways, we did buy our new original cooler right there, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly. So if this doesn't work or if it's too difficult to plumb, we'll just go ahead and do this and do some custom mounting brackets. I think making some mounting brackets may be easier than the plumbing, but you know what? There's two options here. We're just gonna figure that out later once all this other stuff comes in, right?
Once all of our lines come in, that's the only thing we're waiting on. We're basically doing a waiting game right now, and we did notice that if we just had to use the transmission cooler, we can actually cut that sucker right there where that slot is and just use that top part.
I think that'll work, dude. We're still gonna decide on that a little bit later. As for the radiator, we did order some longer hoses, so it should just plumb right up. That's pretty much it for the cooling system. As of right now, we're just gonna wait for those parts to come in. We're probably gonna jump into the interior and start changing out that dash.
All right, so we just removed the center console in this little entertainment center, whatever you want to call it, and it was actually pretty dang simple. Just like any other car, you start with the center console. I mean, we learned with that Ford, it was very tough to remove everything.
That Ford had way more technology, way more plugs and all that stuff, so it did make it a little bit more difficult. This dude went like a breeze, man.
Simple, but we're just gonna keep moving right along. Probably gonna go ahead and start removing some of this bottom pieces right here in the glove box, so let's just keep going.
Put it down. Lightly, no scratches. Whoa! Sketchy one right there. Dang, dude, it is a freaking mess in there.
Dude, this thing is insane. Come over here, drop that down.
Let me drop this down. We won't be needing that anymore. But I gotta say, it probably wasn't nearly as tough as the Ford, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, dude. The Ford, you had to remove everything, even the metal frame and the steering column. But dude, this was like on a bunch of 7mm screws and we got them all out, dude.
Got them all out, dude. That's awesome that we left that little frame right there, just drop that sucker.
Makes it a lot easier.
So much
What do you say? Do you want to just go ahead and grab the new one and throw it in here?
Dude, all we gotta do is grab that sucker right there and slap it over the top and just reverse what we just did. Alright, so we were about to go ham and put this entire dash back together, but then we noticed something right here. These actual clips for the airbags are melted, so that means we are gonna have to get some new ones to plug in that airbag right there because there's no other way to get to it. You have to pretty much pull the dash off a little bit just to plug them in. So we're just gonna wait on those. I think we can get those tomorrow from a local buddy of ours that actually has those, but at least we got the dash in, and the rest should be pretty dang easy, dude. That was the most difficult part, but as of right now, I think we're just gonna catch you guys tomorrow in the morning. All right, so it is the next day here. No luck getting any parts from the dealership because there was a little complication with the delivery truck and the parts did not arrive to the dealership, so nobody's getting any parts. I mean, it is a Saturday after all, so anything can happen on a Saturday. But we're gonna move on to the next thing, and we're actually gonna go pick up these airbag clips from a buddy of ours. That way we can complete this entire dash. And also while we're at it, we're probably gonna pick up some paint for this truck because we're actually gonna start trimming out the bottom of the hood and the fenders. That way, once we get to that stage, that stuff is ready and out of the way. And pretty much we're just working with what we got. So let's just go ahead and see what we can come up with and get everything we need. All right, so we are here grabbing the plug, the airbag plugs, and just come up on this little fur ball right here. You gonna bring it to me? Come on now. They're over there fixing a little bit. This is Chef Chuck Auto Parts. He sells all this, the airbag plugs, which is pretty cool. But let me get this, let me toss it for you. Come on, let it go. Dude, this is a fur ball right here. You gonna let it go? She don't, or he, I don't know if it's a he or she, but fluffy, super soft. All right, so here it is, the airbag plugs that we just picked up from Chef Chuck's Auto Parts. That should do the trick right there because ours just got completely melted.
Oh yeah.
What were y'all fixing over here?
Dude, he quickly just realigned our door perfectly. He seen it was out just a hair. Man, that guy's on point right there.
Man, car guys, I'll tell you what, they notice everything. But you know what? We're gonna go probably head to the paint store right now and see if we can get some paint for that truck. All right, so we are back with everything that we need. We got some paint supplies, the paint itself, some other parts as well, and most importantly, the airbag clips. So let's go ahead and swap these suckers out and finish up our dash. All right, so check that out. We got that professionally repaired and it looks absolutely amazing. Looks almost OEM. As for our old clips, check that out. These are well done and they're fried and crispy. Usually you could just pop out the wires out of the clips, but that was not the case here, so we just had to solder on the new clips. So if you need some of these new clips, I'm definitely gonna leave the link down below. But as of right now, all we gotta do is plug this into the airbag and then put together the rest of the dash. All right, so we are done with the dash and it turned out absolutely amazing. Everything went back together smoothly except for these bolts right here that we got left over. But I mean, it's strong enough. No, totally kidding. This is just our miscellaneous bolts pile right there. But as of right now, we're actually gonna move on to the next thing, and that's actually our body panels. We're gonna go ahead and take off the hood and the fenders and get them ready for some paint. All right, so we finally got all three of these panels scuffed down. Now we're gonna go ahead and prep the gun a little bit, make sure it's nice and clean. Then we're gonna pour up our paint and come back in here, wax and grease, remove everything. And then we're just gonna paint these fenders, just gonna trim them out, just paint the edges. But for the hood, we are gonna paint the complete bottom of it. So let's just go ahead and get it ready.
All right, so we just sprayed our first coat and it went down nice and smooth. I'm actually happy how well Nason is spraying right now. Haven't used it in a while, and dude, this stuff is actually pretty dang good.
Nice and smooth. I mean, that's one coat and it covered amazing, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm loving it so far. We're probably gonna do one more coat and that'll probably be it. And then we're gonna do probably a 2 coats or 1 coat of clear. What do you think?
1 coat of clear, definitely.
Yeah,
you know
1
what I
coat
mean?
of clear.
It's not necessary. Most of this stuff is gonna get covered up because I did notice a bug or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a bug or two, but not big deal. So let's go ahead, actually mix up some more and then spray another coat.
We finally threw clear coat on all these parts and they turned out pretty dang good for an outside paint job. There is a little bit of trash, but you know what? Most of this stuff gets covered up as we mentioned before. And as for the fenders, we went ahead and completely painted them just to see the color and also make the blending process a lot easier. And a lot of you guys were actually asking what color we're gonna paint the truck and what color we're gonna paint it.
We're gonna just go with the original 2-tone color because I don't think they offer that color scheme anymore, do they?
Not for the 5th gen. For the 4th gen, with a 5th gen, this is gonna be a unique truck and color as well. So
oh yeah, I think it's gonna look really good, especially with the fender flares that are gonna go on here.
Nice
dude.
silver color, man. This truck is gonna look sick completed. But a lot of things in this video actually didn't go as planned because those parts didn't come in. But you know what? We still made some progress. Heck, we even built the fence. We got the interior complete, and also we found out our cooling system, found out how we're gonna do that. So this truck is gonna be completed here real soon. So make sure your post notifications are on because this thing is gonna be an absolute beast. So that is gonna be a wrap for today's video, guys. If you want an inside scoop before YouTube, definitely give us a follow on Instagram. And also, if you wanna help support your boys, be sure to visit goonzquad.com and copy some merch. So with all that being said, thank you guys for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments and thoughts down below. We'll catch you next time. Peace.